Hey everyone, welcome back to the Business Growth Club podcast. In today's episode, we'll dive into the powerful topic, how to improve any part of your business, whether it's marketing, operations, customer service or leadership. Today's strategies are universally applicable. I'm your host today, Mick Foster, from Purple Yak, the business coaching firm behind the Business Growth Club. Here we empower small businesses like yours to grow and scale with insight, education and advice. We work with hundreds of entrepreneurs every single day, and we bring their questions and their learnings to this podcast to help more business owners to grow and thrive. Continuous business improvement is vital for several reasons. It allows businesses to adapt to changing market conditions, for them to stay competitive and enhance customer satisfaction, leading to increased profitability and long-term sustainability. Furthermore, it fosters a culture of innovation, employee engagement and improved efficiencies. Let's take a look at how to improve any part of your business. Step 1. You've got to identify the areas of improvement. The first step towards improvement is awareness. Without this step, you're basically guessing, and you're taking a stab at what you think that you need to do and why you need to do it. You have to be brutally honest with yourself. Remove any emotion that you may experience and look at just the facts right now. Begin by asking yourself these questions. Where are the bottlenecks in my business? Which processes feel inefficient? What customer feedback have you received? What staff feedback have you received? What is stopping us from making more revenue quickly? Where are we losing time, money, or opportunities? Create the space for yourself and potentially your senior team members by taking yourself out of your working environment to do this exercise. It's important that you don't want anything to distract you or make you feel protective over your business. Remember, this is to improve your business, not to hinder it. Any harsh realities you reveal or know are only raised to make sure that it's better for you, your business, your staff, and for your customers. Use tools like SWOT analysis to pinpoint strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats within your business. If you need a template to do this, then visit our website for free tools and templates. The address is purpleyak.co.uk. To improve any part of your business, you first need to understand two key concepts. These are clarity and focus. Clarity means knowing exactly what part of your business needs improvement. Is it marketing, operations, customer service, or even perhaps leadership? Focus is about zeroing in on what that area is without getting distracted by peripheral issues. Remember, you can't improve what you can't identify clearly. Step 2 in the process is the power of assessment and data. Once you've identified the area of improvement, the next step is assessment. This is where data becomes your best friend. When it comes to data, you have two flavors to use. These are quantitative and qualitative. Quantitative data is data like sales numbers, conversion rates, customer retention data, etc. Effectively, the numbers in your business. Qualitative data is the data that comes from customer feedback, employee insights, or even your own observations. At its essence, this is opinions. Here's an example for you to help demonstrate the data that you'll need to improve an area of your business. If your sales are dipping, as well as looking at the numbers, you'll need a view on both numbers and a view on this area. You'll need the expected data on sales and lead generation that you would expect. These are examples of quantitative data. So these are volume of leads coming into your business daily or weekly, volume of converted leads into sales, volume of returning customers, average spend, as in cash, from customers initially, but also over time. You'll also need qualitative data, which you need to get from internal people and from customers. Ask questions such as, are leads coming in but not converting? Is your sales team trained effectively? Has there been a shift in market demand? Has there been any feedback from customers not buying and why? Gather as much information as possible. This helps you understand the root cause rather than just the symptoms of it. Step 3. Setting SMART goals around this. You've identified the problem, you've gathered the data. Now it's time to set goals and make these SMART goals. If you haven't come across SMART goals before, the SMART in SMART goals stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Let's cover specific first. You need to clearly define what you want to achieve. Measurable, ensure that you track your progress. Achievable, you need to set realistic targets. Relevant means that it needs to align with your overall business objectives. And finally, time-bound. You need to have a deadline to maintain urgency on the improvement. Defining these parameters as they pertain to your goals helps ensure that your objectives are attainable within a certain time frame. This approach eliminates generalities or guesswork. It sets a clear timeline and makes it easier to track progress and identify missed milestones. An example of a SMART goal statement might look like this. Our goal is to X, which would be a quantifiable objective, by time frame or deadline, whichever one you want to set. Next bit, you put your key players or team will accomplish this by, and then list down what steps that they'll take to achieve this goal. Finally, accomplishing this goal will result or what the benefit would be to the business and the area. For instance, rather than saying, I want to improve customer service, say, I want to reduce customer complaint response times from 48 hours to 24 by the end of Q3. Let's go into each area of the SMART Goals framework to give you some examples and some questions that you can ask yourself and your team. Let's start with specific. In order for a goal to be effective, it needs to be specific. A specific goal answers questions like, what needs to be accomplished? Who's responsible for it? And what steps need to be taken to achieve it? Thinking through these questions helps you get to the heart of what you're aiming for. Next is measurable. Being specific is a solid start, but quantifying your goal makes it easier to track progress and know when you've reached the finish line. To make your SMART objective more impactful, you should incorporate measures and trackable benchmarks. Next is achievable. This is the point in the process where you can give yourself a serious reality check. Goals should be realistic, not pedestals from which you inevitably will fall. Ask yourself, is your objective something that your team can reasonably accomplish? Safeguarding the achievability of your goal is much easier when you're the one setting it. However, that's not always the case. When goals are handed down from elsewhere, make sure to communicate any restraints you may be working under. Even if you can't shift the end goal, at least you can make your position and any potential roadblocks known up front to your team. Next is relevant. Here's where you need to think about the big picture. Why are you setting the goal that you're setting? Is this goal that you're setting working towards the ultimate direction and mission of the business? And finally, time-bound. To properly measure success, you and your team need to be on the same page about when a goal has been reached. What's your time horizon? When will the team start creating and implementing tasks that they've identified? When will they finish? SMART goals should have time-related parameters built in, so everybody knows how to stay on track within a designated time frame. Knowing how to set goals using the SMART framework can help you succeed in setting and attaining goals, no matter how large or small they are. Step 4. Strategic action planning. Improvement doesn't happen by chance. It requires a strategic action plan. You'll need to consider the following points if you want to achieve your goal easier and faster. Number 1. Break down the goal. Identify smaller tasks within a larger goal. Make sure that you set a clear path for how you want to achieve it. This will make your journey to achieve this goal much clearer, especially if you have a team as well. Number 2. Assign responsibilities. If you have a team, delegate effectively. Clear responsibilities will help you, your team, and your business. Don't take all the responsibility for action if you have a team. If you do, then you will bottleneck your ability to achieve your goal quickly, if at all. Number 3, establish processes. Create systems that support consistent improvement. This will help you better your business in the long term. Finally, number 4, utilize technology. Automate where possible to free up resources. Make the lives of you and your team much easier by utilizing the power of technology. Don't be afraid of using it. If you're not confident with tech, then delegate this to someone in your team who can do this for you in your business. If you have a team, then make sure that you involve them around the previous points to ensure that they're bought into the actions that need to be taken, when they need to be achieved by, and how you're going to get there. Without this, you'll be fighting a battle potentially when progress isn't being taken by people, and they say, "I knew it wasn't achievable," and things of that nature. By ensuring that they're involved in the action planning, they will take accountability for achieving this goal. And when things go behind or get stuck, they will take corrective action without much steering from you. Step 5, continuous monitoring and adaptation. Improvement isn't a one-off task, it's continuous. Keep track of action and progress, introduce cadence calls or meetings to track progress and get things back on track if they're falling behind on timescales. This is an opportunity for everyone to openly and confidently voice their concerns, constructive feedback and ideas. Here are a few ways on how to keep momentum. Regular check-ins. These can be weekly or monthly reviews to track progress. Create feedback loops. Encourage ongoing feedback from customers and employees. And finally, introduce flexibility. Be ready to pivot if something isn't working. Think of this as a cycle. You identify, you act, you review, you adjust, and then you repeat the cycle again. Improving any part of your business boils down to understanding the problem, setting clear goals, taking strategic action, and continually adapting. It's not always easy, but the growth that you'll experience is worth every effort. That covers everything for today. Thank you for tuning in to the Business Growth Club. If you found value in today's episode, make sure to subscribe and share with fellow entrepreneurs. If you've got any burning questions, reach out on our social channels or email michael@purpleyak.co.uk. Thanks so much for listening. Take care.